Hello and welcome to Brett's Play. I'm today playing a game called Wander, something that came out early in June and looked like it was going to be a very interesting game, and unfortunately it didn't seem to really deliver, at least upon its initial launch, which was a shame because obviously you want these things to be delivering, you want to be able to get a good game from it. But it's been patched. The developers are still offering a lot of support, which is good. That's what you want, really. As you can see from this menu, it's a fairly basic menu, not going for anything flashy, but don't judge a book by its cover. So let's jump into the game. So let's just wait, I suppose, for now for it to load. As you can see, it's taken a while, but hopefully that means that there's not going to be big loading times when we're actually in the game. But obviously, I can't guarantee that just yet. So there we go, kicking in now. So, what are we going to do? Okay, that's not a good start. Frame rate is shocking there. Go back. So, I played a bit of the game when I first got it, and just sort of gave up because of all the technical issues. So you start as this weird tree creature and then you can become one of these. As you can see, animations are definitely not great. It's not a game that's really geared up for this third person view, really. So let's see if I can remember how to change perspective. That is jump. Let's look at the controls then. Invert. Ah. That's great. So you can see those lines there, that's me drawing on the trackpad, which is how you can do certain things. And it doesn't seem to be going. That's brilliant. Okay, so this squiggle thing is new to when I last played it. And I cannot see how to get rid of it. But, you know, it's good to have that. So let's exit. Those are obviously the same I know. But how do I get rid of this random scribble? That is definitely not very useful. Options. Nope. Nope. Okay, there we go. That still doesn't answer my how do I become someone else question, does it? Or how do I transform into someone else? Okay, this is much better than when I first played it. When I first played it, the pop-up was terrible. You're basically walking past something and just getting pop-up after pop-up. Detection also seems better. That was another issue that we did have. Maybe they got rid of it.
The trees that live in the forest look like us, but they don't move or speak. What is it that makes us different? Can they hear us and understand us, but we just can't understand them?
Okay. Okay, so as you can see, this is a map of the world. There's quite a lot to go and explore. Quite a big area to go see, which is nice. Let's see what happens. Put a marker there. Cool. So let's quit out of this. And let's go on our way. So one thing I'm thinking is they might have got rid of the first person view because they were having issues with it. It was a case of it just wasn't mapping well. You know, it's a common problem really with games that try and be third person and first person. Unfortunately, the third person is definitely not the best it could be. It's a shame. Now you saw a bit pop up there. Anyway, let's go explore. Let's try and see the world. So the big selling point of this game is that it's an exploration game. There's no violence. It's all about seeing the world, which, you know, is good. It's nice to be able to do that, but when your world is broken, then there's some issues really, and that is terrible. Sorry guys. Wow. Just does not look nice at all, does it? Let's get out of the water then. Let's go out and explore around here. See what we can find. So as you can see, go up here. Oh, I have no idea what I just did there, and there's a nice detection issue. It just seems to me that this game launched far earlier than it really should have. It's a lovely concept, and it needed to be strong to work, but I mean, it's just, there's nothing to it. I'm obviously just running about fairly aimlessly at the moment. I'm just trying to figure out where to go. Oh, that took us back to the map. Didn't mean to do that. So these guys have this sort of ability, if you haven't guessed, where they can glide. So they basically have a permanent wingsuit, which, you know, is pretty cool. But there doesn't seem to be a great climbing mechanic to this game. Its detections are all over the place, really. Oh, let's see where that goes. It's just, this doesn't, there's the argument of, oh, our game doesn't feel current gen, and, you know, that's not necessarily an issue all the time. If a game is still good and doesn't feel current gen, that's not too bad. Look at Final Fantasy Typo HD. It definitely didn't feel as crisp and current gen as it should, but that was still a great game. It played well. Whereas this just doesn't seem to even play that well. Oh, let's see what I can transform into here. So this is the thing you do, you can sort of go about the place and transform into various creatures. So, got this cool little lizard dude here. let's go see what he can do. Can he jump? He cannot jump. Can he swim? What can you do, little lizard man? There we go. And it's frozen. No, it's not. Okay, so what can you do? Let's press some buttons. Nope. Nope. That's just a void. Okay, so you can't go any further than that, it would seem. Can you swim? Can you? Can you do anything? That pop-up is atrocious there. Look at it. And it's frozen.
Silenish.
I know part of the joy is obviously part of the thing this game is trying to make you do is to figure things out for yourself. So, you know, figure out the abilities you can do and all that, but you've got to be able to do more than this with this character, surely. Otherwise, why am I here? And this sort of comes down to the major issue I've had with the game so far, is that you've basically got this massive open world that you can go and explore, but there's nothing in this world to really see. And there's various creatures you can be, and that's wonderful, but it's just not very interesting. It doesn't look nice enough to sort of get away with that. I mean, not like how Endless Ocean on the Wii sort of got away with it because it looked nice, at least for the time. I'm sure this is better looking than that these days. But I genuinely have no idea what I'm doing. I don't know how to go any faster. And there's also no way to actually know how fast I'm moving right now. I'm moving my tail a bit more, it seems. It's impossible for me to recommend this game as it stands at the moment. It needs so much work left to do with it still. I find it quite shocking, really, that it was able to release in the state that it did release. It's not tranquil because it's too broken to feel tranquil and fun to play. It's not pretty enough to be one of those Zen sort of games where you just enjoy the world, and that is another example of the game being massively broken. Jesus Christ. It's not good, and I'm really gutted that it's not good. This is a game that I was eagerly anticipating when I heard about it first, tail end of last year, and it's come out and it's just like this, and sure, there's a chance that it could end up better than this, because that does happen. I mean, look at Final Fantasy. That was terrible and then it became fantastic. And Final Fantasy 14, sorry. There's no way to really know what. There's no instructions, which would be cool if it was obvious to figure out what you do, but well, why would you want to carry on to try and figure it out? It also, because it's meant to be an MMO, it obviously relies on there being big world to go and explore with lots of people, but because of its broken state, there's no one really about. Which is understandable. Like, why would you want to play a game that's not fun to play? This is... Okay, there you go. See, it's a bit... There's actually an animation here, at least. And they've actually put strafing on this model, as opposed to the humanoid model. But... can't jump. Onto the map again, haven't I? Ignore that. Okay, I'm not into land again now. Maybe I shouldn't have gone into the water, maybe that's the issue. Although why would the stone be in the water if you're not meant to go into it? Can I climb things? Nope. Can I do anything? Nope. Okay, so holding down holding down the left stick does have a little bit more speed, but yeah, again, no detection on the model, you're losing your limbs. Oh, now it's actually swimming that will go in the water. Why weren't you doing that before? Okay, let's go and explore down into the depths then. I can direct it to go down. Don't know if I can. It's just... this feels like a game that I played before. As in many generations ago, many times ago. There's just not much going for it, is there? It doesn't look great, the pop-up's atrocious. It's just really hard to recommend this. There is nothing wrong with the concept of this. It's a game where you go and explore and don't fight people, and that's fine, but you need to have a strong game to make it work. And this definitely is not a strong game. Is that my shadow there? I don't know. Let's go down and look. Yeah, again, not really animated. You can't really see what's happening properly. You can't go down. Down. Okay. Let's see if there's anything cool in here. Apart from terrible camera angles. There must be a way to like go down and go up. Nope. We're good. I think it's like, it obviously is staying ambiguous because the game is meant to be letting you explore and letting you be the ones who figure it out, but the ambiguity doesn't really help it. In fact, if anything, the ambiguity is a major issue here because you're just left with not having a Scooby of what's going on. Okay, so what I've learnt there is how to say ocean. So I need to say ocean, which is 1, 2, 3, like that. Okay? So I've drawn it. That's what I've done. I drawed it. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, draw. 1, 1, 2, 3. That hasn't worked at all, has it? Ocean, draw line. So that makes it even more annoying. You have to do it as they say. And apparently you need to do it ridiculously well. Okay, come on. Draw the line. Line, line, line. Speak. Draw the line. Draw the line. Line, line, line. Speak. I've got no time for that. That's ridiculous. It's like, I always remember SSX on the Wii, which was a surprisingly fun game for something that was very much motion controls, but it worked because the motion controls had a bit of leniency. You didn't have to be exact with what you were doing. But by making it that you have to be exact with how you do things, it makes it incredibly painful on this. The touchpad on the PS4 is by no means the best thing to be using for drawing in the first place, and to have it so there's no wiggle room of how strong your drawing has to be, I've gone into the bloody thing, is ridiculous. Okay, I'm going to get back on land, and then we will go from there. That will probably be it for the Brett's Play, for today at least. I apologise that it was not more interesting, but there's only so much you can really see in a game that's this vast and unpopulated, I suppose. So look, moments like this, very pretty, looks lovely. And there are lots of moments where it does look quite nice, but then you get things like that pop up. Look, trees just randomly disappearing, reappearing. The game still needs work, and it's hard to keep saying that, but a month after launch you would expect it to be in a state that's it's good to now play. And unfortunately, this isn't. Hopefully they keep sticking with it and they keep building on it, and I'd love to come back later on.
Nay.
And find that it's an amazing game. But I don't think that's something that's maybe going to happen, unfortunately.
Nay. Nay.
Okay, so there's other ways to speak the language. But let's try drawing it this time and see if I can do it. So it's duh, 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 duh. Nope, Fucking hell. So, I mean, I know that's not perfect, but you can't get much closer than that on this track perp when you've got massive hands. Not that my hands are that massive, but they're big enough that makes it a bit awkward to draw on it. I hope if you were considering picking up this game, this has helped ask some questions. Or maybe you are watching this months after it's been patched and it's now a lovely game that plays really well, because I want that to be the case. So if that could become the case, that would be lovely. I'm going to leave you with that lovely shot there. Thank you very much for watching. My name's been Brett Claxton. Make sure to follow me on Twitter at Brett Claxton, that's BRETTCLAXTON, and you can read some of my articles on pushstart.co.uk, which is push-start.co.uk. Thanks very much.